Hello students, introducing biology. Biology means study of plants and animals. Humans were always interested in studying plants and animals because they had to take out the food, they had to search food among the plants. They had to kill some animals to feed themselves. So they were very much interested in the plants and animals around them. So they always studied. Of course, that was not very organized way. They studied only whatever they wanted to use and whatever brain they could utilize in utilizing their resources around them. They saw the animals, they drew those pictures on the walls of the caves because that made them interested in the animals around. So humans were very much interested in the plants and animals around. So we don't have any exact date when actually they started studying the plants and animal, but as the humans they settled, they knew that they could utilize some plants for cultivation that would make their life easy. They could store the grain, so that is from the plants they utilize. Then they kept some animals. They knew those animals were beneficial for them. They knew that dog would take care of their property. They knew that the cows would give them milk which they can feed on. They can utilize the sheep for their wools. They could utilize the horse for traveling. So all these animals they utilize for their betterment, for their better lives. So as the civilization developed, as the settlement developed, all the resources were put together to make their life easy. So humans, they always studied plants and animals, that is biology. Now, biology also includes the study of the humans, the environment they live in. Whatever happens inside is also biology, because that's the part of biology. Whatever the functioning, the digestion, the excretion, that is biology. So biology is a science. Physics and chemistry, that is also science. So biology is part of science. So what is science? Science is an organized body of knowledge. So the knowledge is not random, it is organized. It is the organized body of the knowledge. So science is an organized body of knowledge, but it is supported by observation. Whatever the humans they see, they observe, they put in writing, it becomes science, or they put in their mind, it becomes science, because they transfer that observation, that knowledge to next generation. So supported by observation and experimentation. So now advanced science, if you say something about science, it has to be supported by an experiment. You have to do that experiment and show with the plants or animals, whatever you have to show with the experiments. So experimentation, observation and experimentation now derive from the study of natural phenomena. Now science is not something which is there in the book. You are studying the book. It is whatever is happening in the nature, on the earth, in the universe, even the stars, the solar system, that is part of physics, which is science. So science is all universe throughout, that is science. When you study universe, then it is science. So it is natural phenomena. Whatever happens on the earth, the plants, they carry out photosynthesis with the help of sunlight. Everything is interconnected. Physics, bio, chemistry, all the things are interconnected. So here it is very important. Science is the study of the natural phenomena. You are not creating something, we are studying which is already there in the nature. So it is study of natural phenomenon. Utilizing that knowledge, you can create something new which can be man-made. But actuals, first you have to study what is happening in the nature. So you have to study the natural phenomenon of the entire material universe. So science in general is the study of the entire universe material. So this is the definition of the science. It's an organized body of knowledge supported by observation, experimentation, derived from the study of natural phenomena of the entire universe. So now physics, chemistry, biology. So here let's focus on biology. So now growth of biology has taken place. Humans have studied plants and animals, utilized them. The evolution of the humans have taken place. They knew which plants to pick, which animals to pick. That is how the growth of biology has taken place. So it was a natural process. Even today we are studying biology for our benefit. Now if you see, the organized study has been taking place in Greece, even in India. So there are some data which shows how the study took place. So it was Aristotle. Now he was present from 384 to 322 BC. He is known as the father of biology or father of zoology. Theophrastus 370 to 285 BC is known as the father of botany. So Aristotle studied biology. He studied more of animals. So he is known as father of zoology. Theophrastus was more interested in plants. So he is known as the father of botany. Now Hippocrates, he was more advanced in his thinking. He was present from 460 to 377 BC. So he rationalized the science of healing and treating the sick. He is called the father of medicine. So previously nobody knew how to treat the sick, but they learned some herbs which could be collected, given to the sick for the ailment, and they would feel better. So now this Hippocrates, he rationalized, means he developed the science of healing. He developed the medicines, proper medicine for healing the sick. So that the sick person, of course, it is due to some reason, and that medicine would work to heal the sick. So treating the sick, he is called the father of medicines. Now, probably the Greeks were the pioneers, the first one to study about the biology. But the Indians were also not behind them. Now, in ancient India, probably 2500 BC to 650 BC, they studied biology, they studied the organism, and they classified the animals. Now the ones which gave birth to young ones, the viviparous, they were known as Jivaj, and the one which gave rise to organism by the eggs, they were known as Andaj. So this is how they approximately classified the organisms. Now in India, 1000 variety of rice production takes place. They have cultivated 1000 varieties. They have developed those varieties. So India is not lagging behind. As the development took place, now in 16th century, microscope was developed. So they could see the minute organisms. So with the development of microscope, seeing the germs, the minute microorganism, the study was they could study the microorganism, they could study the organism which causes disease. So the development of biology was taking place at very fast pace. So here the development of microscope took place, then the compound microscope. The compound microscope showed cell, the basic unit of organism. So they could study the cell, the functioning of the cell. So more development took place. Now, in the 19th century, the studying of the germs took place, the different organism which causes disease and how they can be cured of the disease. Since they know the germs, they know the organism and how they can be killed without harming the humans. So here the study of germs took place with the help of compound microscope. The theory of organic evolution was developed by studying how the organism have developed. So theory of organic evolution was developed. Cell theory was developed. Vitamins are required by us. Before, nobody knew that there are small nutrient which can affect our health, which are known as vitamins. The knowledge of vitamin was developed. Hormones, the knowledge of hormones was developed. Genetics, study of genes, the genes which are present in the nucleus which is present in the cell. So the genes which is ultimately responsible for the characters in the organism was studied through genetics. Now, with the help of this study, genetic engineering was developed. Antibiotics are the medicines which are given in case of infection. So antibiotic is derived from the organism and given to the humans so that the bacteria which they enter, harmful bacteria which enter, are killed. So antibiotics was developed. Cancer research was carried out. The cells in humans, they become cancerous and lead to the death, and they have many harm. Before death also, the tumors, they cause lot of harm to the humans. So this cancerous research led to the medicines in the cancer, so the cancerous cells can be controlled and the person can be cured. Cloning is making the cell as exactly as the previous one. That is cloning. Making new cell exactly as the old existing one. That is cloning. Stem cells. Some cells are developed. Stem cells are developed, that is stem cells, which leads to the formation of any type of cell which you want. So stem cell research was carried for the human benefit. Now, organ transplant. It is very difficult to transplant an organ because we have all the organs fixed in ourselves. If we have to transplant our heart, then it's very difficult for it to get connected to the tissue. But with the research, some heart can be transplanted of the brain dead humans to the one which is not having a normal heart. It can be transplanted. Now, with the research, the tissues can blend with the new human with the help of technology. So organ transplant was developed. Kidney can be transplanted, lungs can be transplanted. So all this organ transplant has been developed with the research in biology. Now, environmental sciences. Whatever is happening around us, affects us. So studying the environment and developing those environmental science has taken place in biology. Now we have studied the life in the outer space also. Now, after studying everything, scientists are not developing new cells from the inorganic and non-living substances. So now fatty acids and nucleotides are coming together. They are making new cells. They are making the cell of bacteria. So later on maybe they'll develop some cells which can benefit the humans. Branches of biology. Now you all know that the biology means its study of plants and animals. Along with the study of plants and animals, it has many divisions. Let's see what those divisions are. So now, botany is purely the study of plants. Studying the plants is known as botany. Zoology, study of animal is zoology. Just studying animals. Now, human biology. Humans are part of animal. They are the animals, but they are more evolved animals. They are different from animals. So studying those humans is known as human biology, their interaction with the other factors, and studying those factors is known as human biology. Anthropology. Now, the study of humans in the society, interaction of the humans in the society, and evolution of those humans in the society, that forms anthropology. It's studying the man, it's studying the humans, that is anthropology. Study of bacteria, bacteriology. Bacteria, there are many bacteria which are present. It goes into your system, you have problems, you have infection. So study of bacteria is bacteriology. Same way, viruses also cause various diseases. Studying those viruses is known as virology. Now, study of fungus. You take a bread, fungus grows on it, it's white color, then becomes black. So, and there are various fungi or fungi, that is, studying them is known as mycology. Then you have small plants which you see in the water. You feel the water is green in colors, but there are small minute plants which are present in the water. So those minute plants, they are known as algae. Studying those algae is known as algology or phycology. Then studying the insect, cockroaches, mosquitoes, that studying those insects is known as entomology. Then studying the fishes, that is known as ichthyology. Studying the reptiles, lizards, snakes is known as herpetology. Study of the birds is known as ornithology. Anatomy is studying the gross structure of the organs. When it is dissected, you see those organs. Studying those organs is known as anatomy. Morphology is studying those organs, their external and internal structure. For example, you study the morphology of hand or the morphology of wings, their external structure, and why that structure is in that particular form is known as morphology. So, necessarily morphology is the study of external as well as internal structure. Now, histology. Histology is the study of tissues, group of cells performing similar function and having similar structures. Those are known as tissues. So, studying those tissues is known as histology. Then studying the cell, one cell, the smallest unit of an organism is a cell. Studying those cells is known as cytology. Physiology, you eat the food, it gets digested, it gets absorbed, it goes into the blood, then the metabolism takes place. So that study is known as physiology. Embryology, a small an organism is formed one cell, development of that one cell into many cells and layers forming and then the organs forming. That development leads to the child forming. That development, a young one may be of any organism. So from that development from one cell to forming the full complete organism is known as embryology. Taxonomy, systematic study of the group of organism, putting into the right group and then giving the names. Like humans are given the names Homo sapiens because we are humans. So classifying all the organisms, whether plants or animal, and grouping them is known as taxonomy or classification of organism. Ecology, study of interaction of plants and animal with the other factors like sunlight, soil, air. That interaction together is known, that study is known as ecology. Biogeography, now you find certain organism in certain region due to the climatic conditions. So studying those organism according to the geography is known as biogeography. Paleontology, now you study history, what happened in 1857, what happened in 1947. You have the written record. But prehistoric, where the written record is not present, the scientists have to dig the soil and find out in which layer, how the organism has developed. Study of that development is known as paleontology. Evolution, every organism is formed from a lower form to the higher form. So how it has developed, that study is known as evolution. Genetics, when a child is born, you say the child is like their parents, father or mother. Due to the genes which they get the characters from the parents. So that studying of those characters is known as genetics. So here genetics is studying the genes, the chromosomes, and how the characters are inherited. That study is known as genetics. Parasitology, now mosquitoes, they bite, they suck the blood, and liver fluke enters the liver and sucks the nutrition. So mosquito is ectoparasite, liver fluke is endoparasite. So studying those ecto-endoparasites, that forms the parasitology. Pathology, when you fall sick, you go to a pathology lab, give the blood, they study your blood and tell you suffer from which disease. So that study of disease is known as pathology. Immunology, now you have immunity for certain disease and you may not have immunity for certain other disease. Now because of the certain cells which are present in your blood, those cells are immunity cells which leads to avoiding certain diseases. So you are existing because your immunity cells are fighting against those organisms which has entered your body. So that study is known as immunology. Eugenics, the genetics which is studied for the benefit of the human is known as eugenics, which like it can say that certain individuals should not get married because their children will have certain disease, saying that or that's for the benefit of the human race. So studying the genetics for the human race is known as eugenics. biochemistry. Now whatever happens in your body is chemistry. So it whatever the changes, chemical changes which takes place in the organism, that forms the biochemistry. Applied biology. Now, how can you use the knowledge of biology for your benefit? That is applied biology. Now, all of you know agriculture is the culture of the plants for the food, and it has been done by the humans for so long for our survival. So, agriculture is growth of the plants for food grains. Apiculture. Apiculture is culturing the bees, making the beehives to get what? Honey and bee wax, which is used by the humans. Veterinary science is studying for giving medicine to the animals, doing some surgery. So it is the doctor of the animals, that is becoming the doctor of the animals, that is studying the veterinary science. Marine biology is studying the animals which are present in the sea. That study is known as marine biology. They are different. The animals which are present in the sea, they are different in their physiology from the animals which are present in the freshwater or the river. Household biology. There are insects in our household which might harm us, which might harm the household items. So here studying the household biology helps to benefit us. Horticulture, growing the fruits, flowers, then ornamental plants, that is horticulture. Sericulture, we need silk, growing those worms for the silk, production of silk is known as sericulture. Pisciculture is culturing the fishes for our consumption. Molecular biology, studying the molecules which are present in the cell, that is known as molecular biology. Now, biotechnology. Biotechnology is well developed now. The plants are genetically engineered to produce more of the crops for the benefit of the growing population. Then we might get infected, so before that vaccines are created, vaccines are given so that we don't get that infection. So production of vaccine is biotechnology. Now production of antibiotics is biotechnology. Now creating anything by combining new cells, maybe the plants or animals, that is biotechnology. So this helps for the development of the humans. Now even the batter, idli dosa batter which you produce, that is by the yeast, that is the food processing, that is biotechnology. Now production of the biogas, that is also fermentation, so that production is also biotechnology. So it has making tissue culture, culturing the tissues, that is biotechnology. So it has got vast application, that is biotechnology. Cloning means producing the organism exactly as it is. Cloning of plants has taken place, cloning of animal has taken place. So how it is done? Without any male sperm, new organism is created which is exactly as the old one. So being exactly same is cloning. So how it is done? The now any organism, they have various cell. A cell is taken, it has nucleus. Nucleus has got the blueprint of forming that full organism. So that nucleus is taken and put into the reproductive cells, which is multiplied, which is grows into the organism exactly as the same organism from where the nucleus is taken. So that is cloning. Cloning is done in plants also, for creating new plants which can be which can be used for mass production. So cloning is also used for our benefit. Bioengineering. Now, genetic engineering is also bioengineering, like creating new genomes for better production of food grains. That is genetic engineering, which is included in bioengineering. But creating an artificial food is also bioengineering. Now, by plastic or metal. Now, creating some small bones broken, some plastic or metals can be put so that our hands can work, legs can work. So that is also bioengineering. So bioengineering is used for our benefit. Nuclear biology, studying the effect of radioactivity on organism, is known as nuclear biology. Space biology, how an organism can exist in space, studying that science is known as space biology. Exobiology, studying some organisms which are present outside the earth in the universe, is known as exobiology. Genomics, like humans have 46 chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of genes. Genes are made up of DNA. DNA are in particular sequence to form the genes. Genes forms the chromosomes which are responsible for the characters which we have. So studying that DNA sequence is known as genomics. Bioinformatics, like collecting the information, putting into the making the data out of it, analyzing the data, studying, managing all those information is included in bioinformatics. Biometrics, you have your fingerprint, that is biometric. You have the iris, that is biometrics, because that is unique. Nobody else has that fingerprint, nobody has that iris. It is always different for different individuals. So that is biometrics. Studying the behavior of that individual, that is also biometrics. So all this information is included in biometrics. So this is how the applied science is used for the benefit of the human race. Study of biology helps us in many ways. You learn how to appreciate the nature. There are a number of plants and animals which are present on the earth, and there is unity among them. So you learn how to appreciate the nature. Now, learning the biology helps us to keep us healthy, because there are germs which causes disease. So you should have good food, good water, and how to avoid the germs which causes the diseases. Now, for some diseases you have vaccine. So all this knowledge helps to keep you healthy. Now, the germs are spread through water, wind, then the insects. So you know how to avoid it and keep yourself healthy by having good food which develops your immunity. Conservation of natural resources. You should not cut down the trees. You should not kill the animals. You should not waste the resources like petrol. You should not waste metal resources. You should not waste the resources which are natural, because they are limited. should not cut the trees, but you are not cutting. The builders will cut the trees and make buildings. So government will stop them to cut the forest and destruct the forest. So this is how the knowledge of biology helps us in conserving the natural resources. Growing more food. Now you have learned about the plants and animal, the diseases which can be caused in them. With biotechnology, you have developed more hybrids of plants and animals, so you lead to more growth of food. So biology helps to grow more food. Making us conscious citizens. So how to keep the place sanitized, have proper good water supply, keeping public places clean. So that is by we become a conscious citizen. Now you know that if the population has to be controlled, because increase in the population, increase in the industries, all this leads to pollution. Now using insecticide, pesticide on the food grains, on the go downs, leads to more health hazard. So all this can be controlled with the when you become a conscious citizen. So biology helps us in making us conscious citizen. Now biology helps you to choose many careers. If you want to become a doctor, you want to become a dentist, you want to become a pathologist, you want to become a veterinary, you want to become a druggist, you want to become a bacteriologist. All this helps, all these careers, they are by studying biology, and there are number of careers to be chosen for. So biology is necessary for studying certain careers which you can make, which you can lead to your success.